Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Colin Drew with our sneak peek at next week. Episode number 541 for Comics originally releasing November the 20th, 2019. Before Drew and I get into what's coming on in your local comic book shop this coming Wednesday, Drew, do we got any feedback from the people, or what do we got going on?
Yeah, we had Kevin write in and say, Kyle and Drew, you can be the voice in the ear of DC and Marvel. You're in charge, and they can trade one character. So one character goes from DC to Marvel, and one character goes from Marvel to DC. Which character would you do? And for a bonus, why?
Wow. I am trading Spider-Man for Robin.
Okay.
Because I want Spider-Man in DC, because I like him. I like Spider-Man in his team-up books, where he's kind of the sidekick mentality. And I think throwing him in a dark Gotham alongside a Batman type of thing would really be a lot of fun, because he's got, and it'd be a young Spider-Man, like a boyhood, teenage Spider-Man. So you're essentially giving him a Robin with abilities. And then you have the Bat-Spider dynamic. I think that would actually be cool, because you've got an overly brooding character, and then the humorful sensibility of Peter Parker, I think, would be fun. And then you're just casting Robin in with all these uber-militant Avengers-type things. And I'd like to see if he sink or swim, live or die kind of thing. So essentially, you're putting Nightwing. So I'll trade Nightwing for Spider-Man.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I'll put the Joker in Marvel. Just let him wreak havoc.
Yes.
He'd just wreak havoc in New York City. I don't think a lot of the superheroes would know what to do with him. And then maybe bring Lex Luthor back over. Do an all villain swap. Bring Lex Luthor over. No, Lex Luthor's already in DC, dummy. But I don't know. Maybe someone like God, who's a great Marvel villain?
Thanos.
Oh my God, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
somebody like Thanos. Bring him over and let them deal with that for a while, and just see. I always like it when villains take on someone new outside of their normal nemesis. It's always kind of fun. So.
I just assumed you'd go default and you'd want to put Moon Knight over with Batman.
Yeah, side by side. That'd be pretty cool. Or just swap them. Then nobody would even know that they were gone.
Anybody notices he's wearing white now.
Yeah, Batman's getting white now. That's all there is to it. Hey, Kyle and Drew, what do you think about Far Sector? That would have been one of my picks of the week. It looks like the first appearance of a new Green Lantern. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks, Sergio.
I fell for this new appearance of the Green Lantern when we did all the lanterns at the beginning. Yeah, it looked neat. I just didn't know enough about her to look in. And like I said, I tried to jump back into lanterns in the last fairly recently, and it just did not work. And then I tried to jump back in with the lanterns, and it did not work.
Yeah.
And then I tried to jump in with Grant Morrison, and it did not work. And I don't really know who N.K. Jemisin is.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't familiar with the writer either.
Yeah, I didn't read it. I haven't read it for a while, so I have no idea on that one. So sorry.
And unfortunately, like, Cosmic is my kryptonite, and has been for a while, and is getting a little bit more to that. So the more when I'm reading the solicit, it's like, for the past 6 months, newly chosen Green Lantern Joe Mulligan has been protecting the city, enduring massive metropolitan 20 billion people, blah blah blah. See, that's all the stuff that just kind of makes you go.
Our good buddy Wolf Warner weighs in. Dr. Doom read thus far very good. Will be sought after once people wake up.
Dude, I've been saying Doom needs to be the next big thing in the MCU.
Yeah, exactly. He says. Also says, Heist is my low print run indie sleeper read of the week. Hey, Vault Comics, that was a well done by the whole creative team. Everything from plot to paints was on point. I'm in 100%.
Nice. What was it called? Heist?
Yes, from Vault. Edwin Ocasio reiterates that, saying, really dug that story, and it feels so much like a world that could be in the Star Wars galaxy. Can't wait to read the next issue. So I know we mentioned that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I talked about it.
It was one of them we were talking about, but I haven't read it yet, so it looks like a really good one that maybe we need to pull up to the top of the stack.
Most definitely.
With this current week release, Wolf's on the Morbus the Living Vampire train, saying that was a great read. But you got to put it on a pile with Folklords, X-Men, Fallen Angels, Far Sector, and Family Tree, all his favorites this week.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, Heist. It's Ocean's 11 in space. Yeah, I remember that's the one. I was like, oh, that's dope.
Let's see, Swedish anime says, thanks so much to the Comics for Fun and Profit podcast for making Red 5 Comics Butcher Queen their pick of the week.
Yeah.
Nice. And Wolf says, my top 9 comics are... why 9? We don't know. Wolf does his own thing. Just 9 comics. Immortal Hulk, Venom, X-Men, Excellence, Showsend, Black Hammer, Middle West, Daredevil, Sea of Stars.
He's on Middle West. I forgot that. Yeah.
Yeah. That last Sea of Stars, I don't know, man. It was whack. But I'll let you have that. That's cool. Aaron Churchill writes in, what's your geekware total, and what's some geekware that you own? I.e., how many comic book themed shirts, hats, etc. do you have? How often do you wear it? I assume proudly. And how often do you buy it? Kyle, how much do you buy, purchase, and push geekware on your children?
Okay. I do purchase a lot of geek. I live vicariously through my children. My children all have the most adorable Star Wars pajamas, Wookiee pajamas. I remember all of my children have been placed in the same Green Lantern onesie throughout their existence and handed down to the next one. One of the most fun things is like continuing to put my youngest in the Chewbacca one zip winter that just has the bandolier across the front. Yes, I absolutely buy. The Jim Lee art hat with the Batman for my son and stuff like that, because not only is it perfectly cool for them, they appreciate it, and I get a little additional kick out of it. So I press a ton onto my children in every way, shape, or form. When I'm dressing them in the morning, I will grab the Flash T-shirt. I will immediately go for the Batman T-shirt and that kind of things. That's definitely.
All in on
but
the
as far as myself, I have multiple Nightwing hoodies, Cap shirt, Nightwing shirt, a few relative video game shirts as well. I don, so I have probably a half dozen. I try not to be too Big Bang Theory, where every single shirt is some comic or geek iteration, but yeah,
it's getting there.
There's about about 50% is going to be some form of geektitude.
And I think your entire family was DC themed this year for Halloween, correct?
Yeah, and it wasn't even my idea. That's what's awesome.
It spread like a virus.
I know.
Yes.
And I think I've got to convince Star Wars already next year. You know how easy that was?
Yeah.
Dope.
About a handful, about half a dozen T-shirts for me. That's about it.
Yeah.
About half a dozen to a dozen T-shirts on some kind of comic property or geeky theme, perhaps. So not as many as you would think.
Yeah, you've had Atari shirts throughout the years too, so you've always had subtle geekdom.
I've always had some, but not many. Not
you've
enough.
never gone full. Yeah.
No. When we were little, Kyle took all the money in our childhood, so we didn't have enough for my shirts. We had to get Kyle's clothes. We couldn't get anything for me.
But of course, there was still a chance for me.
Aaron says, Kyle, I got a little perturbed hearing that comic books don't count towards your kids' reading.
Correct.
If I heard that correctly, in the early 2000s when I was in college, I actually focused a lot of my papers on the benefits of comic books. They engage both sides of the brain, the pictures and the words. Comics are the only thing that can do this. They build imagination, and they help with creativity and storytelling ability. This is because your mind automatically fills in the spaces between the panels, even though we don't realize this or know it's happening. Our brains do this automatically. It happens in so many aspects of our lives. I thought I would share a couple of quick links in case you want to take on the PTA at your school.
Absolutely.
So there's half a dozen comics or books, blog posts and articles that I will post in the show notes, so that if you want to take on your PTA, you can.
100%, because I'm sick of reading some of these uber dumb books. I think if we could, if I can get the third grade class to be doing Dark Knight Returns, I think I'd be a lot happier.
You don't have to go there, but if you could get them on to, Moon Girl or
no kidding,
Squirrel Girl, something.
Absolutely.
Something that's all ages appropriate and friendly. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. See if we can get it back to a Power Pack issue or two.
By the way, I just answered your blessings questionnaire. Thank you for that. It was really nice to think and focus on the positive. It was a great idea, and you made my Sunday nicer just because of it. That's awesome. Thank you.
Very cool.
I may have something more for next week, but that's it for now. Thank you so much for doing this. Aaron Churchill. That's awesome. We love it, emails like that. We love all the emails, comments, questions, gripes. It's awesome. You can reach out, let us know what's going on at comicsforfunandprofit@gmail.com, or you can go to our website, comicsfunprofit.com, for all our links on how to contact us. You can also reach us on our Facebook page, on Twitter, and on Instagram, which I rarely check that for questions. I forgot to do it again tonight, but we don't have that many, so I don't bother on Instagram that often. Again, I want to thank those of you who donate. There's a link in the show notes where you can send us a little donation to help keep the podcast going. Those are really helpful, especially around the holidays when money is tight.
Oi. And
like Aaron said, we got some great blessings that have been added to the slate for next week's show. Is that next week's show that we're doing this? Yeah. Next week's show, we're going to be doing this. So you've got 1 week left to get your blessings in. It doesn't have to be all 5. I have a lot of people that, I just wanted to focus on one, and it was a nice long one or something like that. Or man, how can I limit it just to 5? So, I just threw a 5 as a number out there. It can be less, it can be more. It doesn't matter. Just what I guess kind of how have comics blessed you, and what do you feel blessed with by comics is the whole idea behind it, and the good things about comics. So I'm looking forward to reading those on air. There's some really good ones that have came out, and excited to read those next week as well. So with that, let's get back into our regular programming. We've got some Comic-Con numbers. See how we did on our guesstimations for October. And once again, Kyle was right. Yeah. I think he said 250,000 for X-Men. Did you go under? Did you say under? Or
no, I went over, but I knocked it down to 240 because I got a little sheepish.
Okay, but you still got it.
Yeah.
And then you said the top 6 are going to be over 100,000, and that's what it was. I said top 4. So you were right. It was top 6.
And it was almost the 7th. Man, that Absolute Carnage 4 was close.
It was very close, yeah. So X-Men did 255. Spawn 301 did 186. Powers of X, House of X, right around 160. Each.
And the cool thing about those is they both went up over 10% for that final issues. They ended up their highest note, one of their higher notes.
Yeah, I would have never guessed this.
Mm-hmm.
DC's lone entrant was Joker Year of the Villain, and it did 128,000. I was surprised it did that well. Amazing Mary Jane, another surprise for me that it did 116. Tons of covers, but whatever. Absolute Carnage right there, knocking on the door, 99.7, so almost 100,000. Ghost Rider's first issue did 95,000. Immortal Hulk 25. The hyped issue did 87. Marauders first issue.
Hyped issue is correct. Up 62%, up 33,000 from the previous issue.
Yeah. Yeah, Marauders first issue did 86,000. People seem to be digging that. And then Venom comes in at 11 with its 19th issue at 86,000. Excalibur's first issue did 83, and Joker Harley Criminal Sanity, the first issue did 81,000 with an asterisk, so it must have been returnable, I'm guessing. Let's round out the top 15 with Amazing Spider-Man's 31st and 32nd issue, both in the 70s, 75 and 71,000.
And just down from that, we have the Joker Killer Smile, the $6 book from DC. Heard a lot of good things about that. Only 70,000 on that, so that could, if people seem to continue to like that as much as the people I've talked to, that's not a big number for a really liked book.
Yeah.
And I did not realize that Spider-Verse #1 below that was 6 weeks late coming out.
Yeah. A small publisher, Ablaze, put out a couple of books called Vampire State Building 1 and 2. 22,000 for the first issue and 11,000 for the second issue. Solid numbers for Ablaze, and I've heard good things for about that book, so might be something I might check out.
Gotcha. It's so weird to see, Batman down here at rank 21 with only 61,999, and we know that's because it's being split because of the covers,
right?
But it's just
it just makes
freaking me out.
It makes the haters, the Tom King haters, revel in joy and give them statistics to manipulate and use as proof that Tom King's ruined Batman or whatever.
Let's do some math for me, brother. Let's go 25,113. Let's say 25,000.
Wait a minute. Wait. Let's get the phone out. 25.
Plus, we'll say 60.
Oh, that one I could have done.
Yeah.
That's 85.
So 85,000 is the actual sales for 81, not 80.
Right.
So that would have put it still just outside the top 10, but okay. Gotcha, as far as sales.
But there's two of them. There's still two of them that each and every month. So still selling a lot of copies each and every month.
Still doing well.
Let's see what your boy James Tynion IV does with a book going twice a month, with his ridiculous, long, drawn-out, boring story arcs that he loves to do.
Well, it doesn't sound like you're really. You said you were giving him a chance, but it doesn't sound like from the tone of your voice you're actually doing it.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm
just
not.
A second.
Yeah.
Deceased here at rank 32. Deceased #5. Of course, that one's split as well. 54,000 here. And then right below it at rank 36, we have Deceased with 53,000. So if you're adding the 2 issues of Deceased, you are over 100,000.
Right. So really, I mean, that should count. Dang it.
In my mind, it does.
Yeah.
But we have a $4.99 price point and a $3.99 price point. So therefore, we have 2 separate retail SKUs. So we have 2 separate iterations on here. Yada yada yada.
You know what? I think Marvel should raise the price of their variant covers.
Mm-hmm.
And so if they're all at $4.99,
they're all obnoxiously expensive. Just ratioed to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Deceased 6, 46 and 46 is at 93,000 for issue 6 on that one. So yeah.
So we didn't have a card stock?
It did. I just added them together in my head without your help. I apologize for skipping over you.
Wow. I have no purpose.
Yes.
Some of our Aftershock books. Shoplifters will be liquidated. That first issue, 5,000. That's a bummer.
Only 5,000.
Only 5,000, and it's returnable, so that's reduced. Yeah. That's kind of a bummer. You Are Obsolete, second issue, down below 3,000 already. Another bummer. Midnight Vista, 2,400. Bad Reception, its third issue's at 2,200. Killer Groove finished up with 1,800. That's a bummer. That's a
Basket Full of Heads from DC. Ah, crap! It's another split one, so I got to do more math. Never mind.
Yeah, it's hard to find them too. They should at least link them.
Yeah.
Somehow. Yeah, that's a pain. From Ahoy Comics, Second Coming, the fourth issue did 8,700, so it continues to sell pretty strongly. Rags finally gets its fifth issue out from Antarctic Press.
Oh wow, that's drug.
Feels like a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Punchline came out a couple of months later after Rags, and it's on its eighth issue this month. Ooh. So, yeah, it got lapped.
Kills a book faster.
Nope. That is the truth.
Ghost Spider from Marvel. Third issue, 25,761. That's essentially your Spider-Gwen. It's dying. There's just not a big base for that anymore.
Yeah.
She is by far a side character. Or she's similar to Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, where her marketing is back end and not traditional comics.
Possibly. Boom. We have the second issue of Something is Killing Children. 24,600. Solid. Once in Future's third issue, 24,000. It's fantastic. The first Buffy Vampire Slayer Angel book is 21,000. That's doing well. So it's like a book like Something is Killing Children, and some of those Aftershock books. They're very similar in theme and construction. But the Aftershocks are selling around 4,000 or 5,000, and the Boom book's selling 25,000. And I don't think there's really anything more in the pedigree of those from a story, from a creator standpoint or storytelling or anything. Now, the Once in Future I'll give you is Kieran Gillen and Dan Mora, so that's legit big time creators on that. Yeah. But there's been some big time creators on Aftershock books, and they just hover down in that lower tier. There's something Boom must do some kind of aggressive retail outreach or marketing and deals to those guys to get them on board so heavy with books that are in that area. They're just not mainstream books, and I don't see a lot of difference between those books and books at the smaller publishers. So Boom's doing something right with the retailers, or it's a better brand,
Something to look at this time and make sure we put a pin in to look at next time. Rank 118, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 99 from IDW, an $8 book. So they cranked the price up before 100, knocked their number of readers down to 21,000, down from 34 the week before. But of course, with 100, that will spike like crazy. So just curious how that ends up.
And then the second print of Something is Killing Children did almost 6,000 copies. The second print of Once in Future number 2 did over 5,000 copies. So these are multiple printings that are doing
we're
better
on
than Aftershock.
Fifth or sixth print on number 1.
Yeah,
Once in Future.
That's amazing.
Can we get a death rattle for my Nightwing, rank 65? 20,834, getting ready to dip under the 20,000 marker.
That's crazy. It's real. I think it's good. Am I the only one?
It's okay.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's so many books that aren't even okay.
It's very true. That's very, very true. There's books in the top 20 that aren't any good.
That's true, too. Yeah. From Dark Horse, Ruby Falls, that first issue debuts at 6,500. I enjoyed that a ton. Orville's fourth issue, that's been a great comic adaptation of that series I like.
You talked about Money Shot?
I did not.
Rank 210, Vault Comics Money Shot number 1, 11,611 on that one. It's got something additional, so it might be 2 places as well.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's very good.
For Vault, right?
Yep.
The fourth issue of Scorriors came out. I hope I remembered to order it.
Under the radar.
1,300 copies. Man, barely made it in the top 500 books. 490. Might not see the Scorriors again for a long time.
Money Shot number 1 is also ranked 342 with a 5,000 issues. So I think it had a specialty B cover, if I remember correctly, a polybagged B cover. That's the other thing that's there. A lot of reorder stuff, a lot of second, third print stuff down here.
Yeah. Did you already note Nomen Omen or Marked from Image? They both did over 20,000 their first issues. Pretty solid debuts.
Yeah, I skipped over Marked for some odd reason.
Chrononauts. They just okay. The first issue did, because they dropped them all on the same day.
That's right.
They did the Netflix model for comics. So Chrono Shocks, Future Shocks. First issue did 16.5. Second issue did 10,000. Third issue did 9,800, and the fourth issue did 9,700. So everybody, at least 9,758 people got all 4 issues.
Wait, completionist on this.
Yeah. So that's not bad, really, I guess.
There you go. Although, real talk, Disney Plus not doing the binge thing has changed me, where I like the fact that I have to wait on things.
Good job, Millennial. Thanks for patience. Or, I'm sorry,
no, I
Xenial.
come from the TV generation where we had to be there on Thursdays to watch Friends. That's me.
That's true. That's true.
While I binged while it was available, going back to, I have to wait for more Mandalorian, it's kind of nice.
Are there commercials on Disney Plus?
No.
I have Disney Plus, and what's that other one?
Hulu?
Apple.
DC?
Apple TV Plus.
Oh, Apple TV, yeah.
Both 2 new streaming services are now on my TV. I have yet to even open them. There's just too much stacked up on my DVR. Haven't even looked yet. I haven't seen Mandalorian yet. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Sad.
But Disney Plus is very cool.
Is it very cool?
And, yeah, and Star Wars is in 4K, man.
Not on my TV.
No.
Not on my Samsung from, let's see, 10 years ago? It's probably time to upgrade that bad boy.
Christmas is coming.
Black Friday deals. It'll probably be like $7 for a widescreen TV.
Heck yeah. Anything else you're finding in these things?
I was just looking over some of the final issue of Maneaters, Chelsea Kane book, 6,980 copies of that. 15th issue of Ice Cream Man, 6,000 sales there.
Just like we predicted, Dial H, 7,400.
Yeah. Manifest Destiny's Return came with a mighty 4,500 copies sold. Rawr. I'm hoping that post.
Oh yeah, crap! I wanted to read that. Never mind. Karate Kid, Cobra Kai saga from IDW.
Oh, I don't know that I read that one either.
Yeah. Did you watch season 1? No, you didn't watch any of that, did you?
I watched the first 3 episodes that were on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then where were the rest of them?
They're all on YouTube.
Don't you have to have like the special read or something?
I think they're just giving them out now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go finish it. I liked them.
Yeah.
I thought they were really good.
But I wanted to read the book and I just forgot about it. I completely forgot it was a thing. Yeah. That's all I got for numbers.
Awesome. We better hop on to the FOC then?
Yeah, of course, the FOC is our final order cutoff. This is our last bite at the apple for a few of these books, things that we can add instead of having to chase at the end of the rope. We also get these things from Cowabunga Comics from our good friend Eric, who curates a wonderful list for us. There's links in the show notes if you'd like a copy of said list, or if you'd like to get your books from them if your LCS don't do FOC. Eric pulls out a few things that are moving hot in his area, and he features them. He's got, I think, 6 of them on this one again. So the first one being Criminal Macabre, the big bleed out #1 from Dark Horse, a continuation of Criminal Macabre. Harley Quinn, Villain of the Year #1. Mike Russell writing this on this one. That is a $5 book. Wonder Woman Dead Earth. This I'm very interested in. Daniel Warren Johnson, a $7 book, but if you pre-order and get them ahead of time, you can get a little bit of a discount on those. TMNT number 100. So, not your final. I mean, we talked about 100 coming in when I was featuring 99 on this one. There's some big dog variants for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from IDW. He's featuring the 25 copy Williams incentive for cool, crisp $100 bill, Benjamin.
Wow.
Doctor Strange number 1. Mark Waid is writing Doctor Strange. That makes a lot of sense to me, but we'll see how that goes. Surgeon Supreme. Incoming number 1. We have a Jorge Molina variant on this one. A $10 book incoming is written by Al Ewing and many, many more.
Man. Why? Why?
All right, let's dig a little deeper in the SFOC and let's see if there's anything that Drew and I need to add to our orders or anything else that intrigues us. Let's start with some Dark Horse books.
Okay, let's stop for a second. Just stop.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, am I just an old dude? Am I just an old man that...
You're going to have to give me more to go on.
I just can't... These $9.99 debut issues, is that a thing? That's a first issue? That's a first issue, and we're going to go from there.
Yes.
Why?
It's one of those written by many's, so I don't even know if it's an ongoing, or sometimes they're classifying things as a number 1, and then.
Okay. Well, still, I mean, who's buying that? I mean, who wants to go in there and who wants to walk into a comic shop and pick up a $10 comic off the shelf?
Yeah.
When there's, I don't know. I guess they're all $4 at least anyway. So,
and this is the closing chapter to Marvel's 80th year, which will connect the dots of everything that happened in 2019 and propel the narrative into the years to come. Drew, you have to be around for that. It'll be coming out in shops Christmas Day. You can't not get it. This wraps up the whole year, so we might as well get $10 out of it.
Yeah, I guess it's fine. I mean, people are loving some of the Marvel stuff that's out.
It's not fine, but we tend to have already lost this fight. I was holding the line at $2.99, and now I'm recommending $6 books. Drew, I've lost it.
You've totally caved, man.
I didn't cave. The everybody went around me. Like it would just be me standing down there screaming $2.99, but there'd only be 3 options to buy.
We're buying Spawn again this week.
That's right. It's Spawn one more time. We skipped issue to 100.
That's awesome.
Dark Horse.
Nothing. Steeple's really fun. Steeple is
yeah?
Steeple is this book about a Scottish island, and there's like a Catholic church there, and the drunk priest. No, the priest isn't drunk. He's fighting like these supernatural beings that come out of the sea, and then they send like an acolyte, a young female priest, to help him, but just run the town, not knowing that there's monsters coming out of the sea. And she's like an alcoholic. She starts hanging out with like the devil worshippers and stuff, and starts making friends with the creatures that are coming out of the sea, and like does good works with them and listens to them and stuff. It's like the actual Catholic priest was just fighting them, but then she's actually trying to reason with them, and it's been a fun first 3 issues, and cool art and a cool story. I really like it. Totally different, weird stuff that I haven't really read before, and I can't believe it's only a 5-issue miniseries because it's really fun premise. But I understand why they have to do that stuff.
There you go.
But check that out. It's really good. Once it's out in trade, it's something cool that you can check out.
Excellent.
Otherwise, Eric took all the other good picks.
There you go. All right, let's head on down to DC, where we've got the 5th issue of Sean Murphy's Curse of the White Knight, and we have the final issue of Batman Last Night on Earth. Of course, Snyder and Capullo on that.
It's a good 1-2 punch right there.
Yeah, it really is.
Those are both good comics.
So those are things you, if you even are thinking of doing Last Night on Earth, go ahead and grab the first two and go ahead and add this to your order. And if you didn't do anything with White Knight, go back and read the trades on the first one and then do this one as well. Sean Murphy with a really cool, Freaky Friday take on Batman. Joker.
Getting Catwoman's still kind of dragging out that storyline. I'm hoping they need to kind of shift gears and do some more exciting stuff. We're still in the same kind of area that we've been in for a while, so really hoping they step that up. Joel Jones is doing less and less art, kind of farming that out, and just does a couple pages maybe in the interiors and the covers still, but it's nice. But I'd like it when she does the whole thing.
You reading Batman's Grave, sir?
No, I skipped that one. Any good?
That one. A buddy of mine was reading it and seemed to be enjoying it, but he only read the first one. Warren Ellis writing that.
Yeah, I mean he's a good writer. He's a good writer. I just something had to give that week. So, and you know what? It was that whole thing of, oh, I see it's 12 issues. I don't want to commit to 12 issues.
Dollhouse Family number 2, of course. Mike Carey writing this. This is the Joe Hill imprint, right? This Dollhouse Comics.
Yep. And I haven't read. Dollhouse came out this week, I think, and I haven't read it yet. It was what was the one I read? Basket Full of Heads is the one I read.
A weird looking cover A, which looks like an actual physical picture of a photo of a doll, and then a grotesque cover B on that one. So some really very Joe Hill art on those first two there. I talked about Harley Quinn. We got Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. Joker Killer Smile. 2 of 3 if you were on that one. We talked about the numbers a bit ago.
Yeah.
The middle one there. Prestige Plus format.
Yeah, that Wonder Woman does look good. I might check that out. And as we saw from the last set of breakdowns on the sales for the month, DC is can't beat them, join them, and they are flooding the market with their books as well. So they're over near 100 or over 100 books if you count some of the other skewed cardstock books, but still they're putting out a lot more than they were. So there's a lot to choose from, and a lot of it's good.
There you go. A really cool Matina cover for that Ocean Master Year of the Villain #1. Really nice looking cover there. If you like Ocean Master at all.
You don't like him as much as Black Manta, do you?
No.
Nope.
No, Black Manta's awesome. Big fan. And I am a very big fan of when I see Derek Chu doing the artwork on things, like these Supergirls 37, the cardstock variant.
Yeah.
Derek Chu does some really cool things with perspective on these or landscape on these, or sometimes he goes and it comes off a little Japanese with some stuff. Really cool. I really like that Derek Chu cardstock cover.
Cool.
And I am definitely committing to reading all of Wonder Woman Dead Earth. I think it sounds cool. I say that I hate post-apocalyptic, but when I read Wonder Woman post-apocalyptic, I got a little too excited.
Yeah.
So just FYI, I'm in for that. And I don't like either cover. Okay. Down to IDW. Dying is easy.
Yes, you remember this one that we were excited about during the pre-order cycle.
Yeah.
And this is a Joe Hill book too, and this is the Shit Talk Holmes mystery. The comedian, disgraced ex-cop turned bitter stand-up comedian. I think it's going to be cool. I'm excited about it. So
I know it sounds cool. And I think with them going with this, also this stand-up comedian, there'll be some chance to add some a little over-the-top wit into this, I think.
If Joe Hill is funny, we don't know that.
That's true. We don't know.
We don't know if Joe Hill...
We know he's sadistic and creative, but we don't know if he's funny.
We don't know if he's funny. I don't know. It was Stephen King had some funny stuff in his books.
Oh,
So
yeah.
maybe it's passed down. We'll see.
TMNT number 100. This is your last chance to make sure that you get whatever cover you want for TMNT. Of course, there is a cover B by Eastman, and it is cool looking for City at War. I assume they'll do something big, fun, and over the top for this. And however much money you want to spend, boy, do we have a cover for you. But man, I like that cover A, that Dave watched her. Cover A, which is a bad thing to say, seeing as there's an Eastman cover. There's also an Eastman and Laird cover, but that's going to cost you $2.
Wow, because we thought they did talk to each other.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And it might just be a reprint of an old... Actually, no, it says Freddie Williams. It said Eastman and Laird, and then it says Freddie Williams. So I don't know what's going on anymore.
They tried to get him, and they're like, no. We can't do
sorry.
this. No, I can't even draw with you. Forget it.
But that is legit the models of the characters from the Mirage comics.
Yeah, pretty slick. It's nice. I don't have $200, but if I did, I'd probably do something else with it. But still, it's very
and
it's
a
very
really
nice.
neat interpretation on the 10 copy, the Mateus Santaluco. Very cool, and it's still just trippy to see a fifth turtle in these things. But,
Yeah. They need to kill that off during the 100th issue. Get back to basics.
How dare a woman be in there? Off the image.
Family Tree's second issue's out. First issue was really good. Enjoyed that a lot. For what that's worth. We got the Lucy Claire Redemption, number 1. That's our Rock Up Church return, triumphant return. We'll see how he gets that therapeutic stuff off his chest from his banishment from comics, and see. I'll see how this book is. Like, I'm excited to read it for sure.
Okay, so we got Hardcore Reloaded. Okay, that's not what I thought it was. Never mind.
Hardcore is that book that it's at a couple volumes now where you stick your consciousness into somebody else while you're in this little pod machine, and like you beam your consciousness, you take over that person, and you can like infiltrate. That's the way to be undercover and infiltrate bad people and stuff.
Did Kirkman write a Hardcore?
He wrote the very first one.
Okay, then I'm not crazy.
Back in the day, they had Image had something called Pilot Season, where they put out a bunch of number 1s, and I guess readers were supposed to vote or something to decide which one got picked up as a series. It did not at the time win, and so it's been kind of languishing, and then they dusted it off, and he gave it to somebody else to write. I can't remember who wrote it this time around. Somebody else is writing it with his blessing.
Ooh. Lucy Claire Redemption number 1.
We just
our boy Rock Up.
I just talked about this. You tuned me out.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. I was reading other things. Yes. Sorry, I got excited when I saw it. I'm ordering both covers on that one. I already did.
Yeah. Old Guard is back.
Wow.
Okay, what happened in Old Guard? Do you remember?
No.
I have no idea what happened. But now it's picked up a Charlize Theron movie. So you got to dig those out. Dig those Old Guards out.
Dude, I have a ton of those. Dude, I think I got Rucka to sign one.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
The Andromache of Scythia and her band of soldiers are back in this second story chronicling the battles and burdens of their dubious immortality. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're immortal. One of them was like turned on them.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was looking to crack the code on their immortality so they could be immortal too. In the first, that's a perfect Wikipedia summation right there. But now at least it rings a bell. Now I remember what it was about.
Outcast 43, the beginning of the final arc
Yeah.
How many do you think? Well, are we going to get 5 or 6 privately out of this? So this won't quite make it to 50, and at either 48 or 47.
Hell, it could be over 44 with Kirkman. Who knows?
That's very true. The final arc, 2.
Final arc, and he never really gets there. He ends it at 42.
But well worth reading. I actually really liked the beginnings of it. It was very ominous. I liked the TV show. It just, when it turns out it wasn't Walking Dead, everybody gave up on it super early, which I think was a mistake.
Did they give it 2 seasons on Showtime?
Yes.
I've never seen Showtime, so I don't know.
Yeah. If it hits Netflix or something like that at some point, that would be dope.
Project Xmas. With a top secret cover, a Quietly cover. This is that Mark Millar project that they're not telling us much about, but a Quietly cover. It's a black and white Quietly cover. And if Quietly's doing the art on it, and that's the top secretness of it, you know who it could be. What was that one about the good superheroes and the bad superheroes' children that fought each other? So the children fought their parents. They were all superheroes. That was
It's been done many times. That was Runaways, but yeah.
it was a Millar Quietly book. They did 2 volumes of it. I wonder if it's a 3rd volume. That would make sense. I can't remember. Jupiter's Legacy.
Okay, yeah.
Took me a while. 4th printing of Spawn 400, still $7.99. 3rd printing of 301 and 2nd printing of 302. People love their Spawn. Again.
How can you not?
Yeah. Finished that first Undiscovered Country. That was Scott Snyder and Charles Soule.
Mm-hmm. And
it is everything I love about good Charles Soule, good Scott Snyder. Big world, cool concept, post-apocalyptic, great art, Cameron Coley art. The first issue was really, really fabulous, so I'm looking forward to the 2nd issue.
And this thing's already been optioned or something, what were we saying? Or I can't
Is that the one? It's hard to keep up.
Yeah. Anything else in Image for you, sir?
Nope, that'll do it.
Down to Marvel, where we've started 2099 again.
Lots of 2099.
Our facsimile edition is Eternals 1, if you want to jump on that. Man, I wish I was better at Marvel stuff. It just gets my head in a tizzy.
There's too much of it to comb through. They do it to themselves. Yeah, it's just too hard to sift through the chaff.
And if $10 for incoming wasn't enough, there is a $1,700 deep ratio variant. There may not be very many of these in the world. And it's J. Scott Campbell. Holy crap. Okay, that's just not fair. It's J. Scott Campbell putting every sexy character he's ever had on any cover all on one character. All on one cover. And they're like, hey, you want this? It's close to $2,000. That's just wrong. You got Mary Jane on there, Emma Frost on there, She-Hulk, Shiva. Come on now.
That's like a jam
nice
project that you would get him to do over a course of like 7 conventions, you know?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, now shove Spider-Girl on a truck up in the right
corner.
corner.
Of a car, if you would.
Yeah, if you could put Black Cat over top of Mary Jane's head. Awesome. Okay, now.
So, Eric, when you guys get one of these into the store, if you sell one, can you just photocopy it and send it to me so I'll have it but not pay for it?
High-res scan, please.
Yeah, I read a scan print. It's a nice little litho poster on the wall, but I can't go the all
They
the way
probably sell that poster for $10. You could
down. Oh man,
you could probably
because
get
it's
the
a
poster.
dope cover. Wait, where were we? I'm lost now. What's going on?
Yeah. Well, with Spider-Ham, and Revenge of Cosmic Ghost Rider. So there's a couple of cool options right there. Cosmic Ghost Rider's back. I don't think Donny Cates is involved this time, is he?
I don't know.
You clicking? Am I clicking? You click.
Oops, sorry, I was looking at Star Wars stuff. My bad.
I'll click then. I don't need you.
Well, you talked about it. I just assumed you were going to talk about all of it.
My finger. It hurts. Let's see. We've got Dennis Hopeless and Donny Cates working together with Jeff Shaw on art. I don't know if I need to go back to the well again on that. Maybe not. And then we've got Spider-Ham, and I can't remember who's taking on Spider-Ham. That's Zeb Wells. Probably not. That's probably not going to be for me. Gold pass on
Star Wars Rise of Kylo Ren. Cool stuff.
And Ascendant.
Oh, cool. And the action figure cover is Ben Solo, not Kylo Ren. That's dope.
Interesting.
Of course, X-Men #4. X-Men back again.
Yeah, and listeners, if you ever want to know what kind of brother Kyle is,
No.
he's going to go to Star Wars with his friends and not his brother.
I like 2 days after.
No,
I said,
nope.
there is a seat there. Would you like to go?
No.
And he said, you can go die in a fire.
Yeah. We went ahead and made plans. Said, oh, by the way, Grandpa would like to tag along. Let's extend a little olive branch to him. We'll tell him that he can. It's okay. I guess he can come if he really wants to.
Can you buy beer for us before the movie?
So that's what my family's like, listeners. Now you know.
I was invited by a group of people.
There's nothing. Family first, family above all. Just like Ruckus says in Lazarus, family above all.
Come on now.
Yep.
I got a post-invite to Zombieland, if I remember correctly, but that's okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, how convenient. Anyways, on to Boom.
On to Boom. BB Free. I still haven't read this, but I'm excited to read it. I just haven't got to it yet. It's in my stack. And this is
Red Mother #1 by Jeremy Hahn. Jeremy Hahn returns to his beauty roots as he teams with Denny Luckert, hot off Regression, for a new psychological horror series.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. And there's an FFC exclusive.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
Oh, that's both disgusting, cool, and Jai Lee. Oh man!
All kinds of things. The three things I like the most:
Yes,
disgusting, cool, and Jai Lee.
Oh, but it's only a 25% discount. Oh man, that is awesome.
There's an FOC variant on Something That's Killing Children as well for its
Crap,
fourth
Boom,
issue.
why do you keep doing this? I love that you're doing this, but it makes me
tempt
make
us.
tough decisions.
They tempt us.
Yeah. And we've yet to have an FOC exclusive really blow up on the secondary market.
That's true. Well,
Which baffles me.
didn't Something Is Killing Children's first FOC go do pretty well?
Maybe I missed that. I don't know.
Like $20?
Sure. Okay. I stand corrected then. Off to our smaller publishers.
Never have been into Deja Thoris.
Yeah, but never been one.
It launches
think-
over and over and over again. I've never really get into it.
I think I picked up a J. Scott Campbell cover of one of the reboots of it, but that's all I've ever done.
4 Kids Walk Into a Bank hardcover. That is tempting.
Oh, You can read it and not know what happened with all the difficulties of it coming out. You can just read it in all of its goodness.
Yeah, I bet it's a nice presentation too in a hardcover form like that. That is really tempting. It's only $20. Good looking stuff. So there's a little bit in there, a little bit of cool stuff in there to get in before it comes out. What are we saying? This stuff comes out. Got to have their order in by Monday at noon. Good stuff is all coming in around the 11th of December.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quite 3-4 weeks.
Like some stuff was like the one was Christmas Day. That big Marvel book.
But the majority.
Yeah, but the majority are the week before.
Let's slide it.
I was going to say, that's just us trying to help you out with a few things that are coming out and give you another bite at the apple for anything you may have missed. There's a couple FOC exclusive things from Boom that you'll want to keep an eye on. May be worth jumping on real quick.
All right, let's slide over to cover prices, top 10 for the week leading up to... I got a spammy ad covering all my stuff. Let's see. This is the week of 11/14, of course. Yeah. So day before yesterday. We are on a little later than normal. But this stuff is the hottest selling eBay titles according to cover price. I think they have their own algorithm for what they select, but it's all interesting stuff and things that have got hot this week on eBay. Unsale number 1 is their top one, selling 34 copies. It's selling about for $13.50 on average, and it's Colin Budd book that's recently been optioned, so it's got some heat behind it. Amazing Spider-Man 546
from 2017 unsound, so just a couple years ago.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds more recent. Did he do another volume recently?
We'll see. Heck, it could still be going on for all I know.
That's possible. Amazing Spider-Man 546 sold 37 copies. This is the first full appearance of Mr. Negative. And the graded average is selling for nearly $100. Raw, they're selling for about $12. So get them raw. Slab them. Make a nice tidy profit. Amazing Spider.
I have this Amazing Spider-Man 12.
Okay, Amazing Spider-Man 12, first comic appearance of Leopardon, Spider-Man in Japan, giant robot, Into the Spider-Verse 2 related. So sell $16, selling pretty well.
I got that laying around.
So why do we care about the Japan Spider-Man Leopardon, giant robot?
Because Into the Spider-Verse 2, essentially the movie that came out that was such a big hit.
He's going to be in the
feature
sequel.
Character or one of their feature characters. I assume they'll still be doing Miles Morales, but maybe not.
Right. Okay. But that's going to be it's going to take a while to do that book or that movie, right?
Oh, they've already started on it. This is just leaked possible things, but they've already got everything done, ready to rock. We're just trying to catch up.
Oh, I thought it was like a long animation cycle for that
Probably.
style.
It looked super good.
It did. The first issue of Spawn continues to sell really well. 44 copies, but there's millions of them out there, folks. Yeah. So you can get them in the raw really cheaply. But if you
haven't seen any.
If you can get a high quality raw copy and get a 9.8 out of it, they'll sell over $100. So it continues to sell well in 9.8. Batman Beyond 25. The foil is the first appearance of Elena Grayson, who is believed to be Catwoman Beyond.
That sounds like an interesting storyline.
Yeah. 19 issues sold this week on eBay for around $12 a piece. Batman Beyond 37, same deal. Batwoman Beyond 28 copies of this one sold for about $15.
I had 36 in my hand Monday, and I just said heck with it. I don't think I need the cameo appearance.
You didn't. You had it in your hand for cover. $1? Yeah.
Not for 37, for 36 for cover.
Huh. It would have tripled your money, man. I don't know.
Well, this is 37. 36 has some heat as a cameo appearance.
Right. You should have got it.
Yeah. I didn't know. I put it back.
Ultimate Fallout #4. This is the first appearance of Miles Morales. Raw is selling for $100. Graded is selling for $300. 23 of them sold this week. That's going to be a future key.
There you go.
If it's not already, that probably qualifies already if it's $100 book.
Wait, there was an Into the Spider-Verse trailer? What? How did I not watch that?
Yeah, I missed that too. So Spider-Man. Well, yeah, there was because that was at the end of Into the Spider-Verse after the credits.
What?
Wasn't that kind of an Into the Spider-Verse sequel?
Oh, maybe.
Because it didn't have J. Jonah Jameson on it, and it had the appearance of Spider-Man 2099.
I wasn't paying any attention, apparently.
Oh, yeah, it was way at the end. Yeah, average was filmed for $5. There's plenty of these out there as well. But yeah, check it out. 25 of them sold this week. Red Sonja's first issue new movie is in development. 22 copies sold. Average of $24 and a graded average of $77 for a 9.6. But which Red Sonja is this?
1977.
The 77.
Roy Thomas story.
I'm surprised that's not more than that.
Yeah.
I hope that movie does really well.
A Red Sonja #1 CGC 7.5 is $45 free shipped. Graded.
Not bad.
So there's still deals to be had as well.
Yeah. Incredible Hulk 449, 19 of them sold. Average of $50. Graded 9.8, selling for $236. This is the first appearance of the Thunderbolts, and they are going to get an MCU movie. I don't know. I knew that. I don't know that I knew Incredible Hulk 449 was the first appearance of the Thunderbolts. That's too bad.
Yeah. Now, we're talking about Spider-Man 2099, but his first appearance isn't Spider-Man 2095, isn't it?
It's Amazing Spider-Man 365.
Yeah, so that'd be probably the thing to jump to.
Well, maybe that's priced. Maybe that's not as hot. I don't know.
What number did you say it was?
Amazing Spider-Man 365 is the first Spidey 2099.
Yeah, there you go. No, they're not expensive. And it's got one of those weird foil.
It's like a hologram cover.
Yeah,
it's grayish black.
So there's probably a ton of them out as why.
Yeah.
All right, I was just curious. Thought maybe we had something there.
But no. I mean, I've got a couple of them, just because I assume Spidey 29 is going to take off eventually.
Yeah, people are buying these in raw and good condition for after shipped 15, after shipped 10, going until a graded 9.4 for 32 after ship, graded 9.4 for 50 shipped.
I would take. I would. For how much was the 9.4?
Graded 9.4, 50 shipped.
No, the other one before that. What was that?
That was a graded 9.4, 32 shipped.
$32. I mean, that's how much you would have in getting it slabbed yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's not a 9.8, but yeah.
Well, that's a good deal.
Yeah, there's one signed by Rick Leopardi and Peter David, and it went for looks like $70 a couple days ago.
Yeah. I have a love-hate relationship with Slab Comics. I mean, I love looking at my Slab Comics up there. But comics are supposed to be read, right? So they shouldn't be filled
Well, don't get all purist on me.
I know. I'm back and forth all the time. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
But I do love them.
Sold yesterday. Amazing Spider-Man 365 and a 9.8 slabbed 150. Sold yesterday.
Yeah. Big jump from 9.4 to 9.8.
Yeah. So if you got a 9.8 and you get it slabbed, it looks like they're getting 150 out of it all day. Yeah, because people are accepting all kinds of best offers that had it for 200 and they're taking less. So it looks like they're all selling between 150 and 160 for CGC 9.8.
Yeah.
9.6 did not go for $50 the other day. Interesting. But yeah, if you got them, this might be time to dust those off because hey, that's the first appearance, and if we're rocking big on the number one, we got to be rocking big on the 365.
Check the covers. Look at the staples real carefully.
Yeah.
Make sure everything's nice and square before you send it in, because it's not worth it to get it slabbed unless it's a 9.8.
Yeah, the difference between the 9.6 and the 9.8 is $105.
Yeah. So don't even bother.
Oh, I just found the cover price additional in 365s on that. Never mind.
What is it?
The cover price 11 through 20.
Oh, that's 10. Where it was?
Yeah.
The runner-up? Gotcha.
Yeah.
You want to shoot over to our sneak peeks?
Yep, let's have our sneak peek. We're going over to previewsworld.com. Let's click new releases. Let's find November the 20th, 2019. Find our table view. And let's start where we love to start, in Image. And Drew, this will be the last podcast we have. Technically, at the end of this month, we have Local Comic Shop Day coming up. That Saturday, we'll be recording at that time, so I have one releasing at about the same time, but this is just another heads up. So stop in your local comic book shops Wednesday for your books, and then go in on Saturday to support your local comic book shop. There will be some exclusives and stuff out there. Those are rare and hard to find books. You are going to pay a premium for those books because they are not easy even for the local comic book shops to get. But if you want to get your hands on them, that's your only way to do it.
The one to get is the BKV Walking Dead.
Yes.
BKV would be the kind of guy that would do it for local comic book shop day and then never, ever put that out again. So if you see it, I think it's like $8.
Did I have you order it? I think I had you order it.
I can't remember. I think we thought about it and then might have talked ourselves out of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said yes on that.
But I think that's one that may never ever see print again. It may. Yeah. He may print it later, but it's one of those that if you could take a gamble that it might never see the light of day again, and that would be a cool one to have because it was an awesome Walking Dead.
There you go. And as a guy who has a ton of Walking Dead and a ton of BKV, duh.
Exactly. So we've got Heart Attack coming out from Image, the first issue by Sean Kittleson, with art by Michael Garland and a cover
Superpowers and teenage romance collide.
It's a Skybound, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Almost all Skybounds are great. I love almost all of them. So
you know what else is great, Drew?
What else?
The hardcover to Kill or Be Killed by Ed Brubaker. Issues 1 through 20 in one dope deluxe hardcover for $50. It's worth it for $50. If you were able to pre-order for better, good on you, because that's awesome.
My least favorite Brubaker book.
What?
Yep. So far, it's my least favorite.
Ouch.
Now,
It's my most favorite.
I never finished Femme Fatale, or Fatale, whatever the heck it was. I never finished that book, so I don't know if it was good or not. I can't really judge that one. But I've read everything else, and Kill or Be Killed is my least favorite.
Huh. I disagree with my brother on that one.
Which one is your least favorite?
Anything that isn't Kill or Be Killed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I loved Fade Out. I love Criminal. I love the lot. I mean, those are the big two.
Marked number 2. A couple of really cool covers, including it looks like a gatefold cover or a front and back, whatever the heck you call those covers. Yeah. On the B cover on that one, and of course number 1 going to a second print. I believe it's the same cover. It looks like.
Olympia debuts with a double-sized first issue. Kyle loves that for $3.99. Yes. It's about Elon, who is a latchkey kid who spends his days alone reading comic books until his favorite superhero, Olympian, comes crashing off the page and into reality. Could be fun, and you get like 40 pages to figure it out. If it's any good.
Yeah.
Those are the big ones that come off the page from
Safe
Image.
Sex 3 And it's got a. I wonder if that's the cover. A person holding a DVD. That's cool if it is. I like that. Anything else in image? Down to Doc Was.
There's the Steeple I mentioned. The third issue is out this week. Strayed is pretty good. I've been enjoying that one as well.
I really like that cover B on Steeple 3. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty good book. You can get 35 years of Usagi Jimbo covers as a hardcover. Do you like Stan Sky art?
There you go.
That's all I got there.
Alright, so down to IDW. Big Hero 6, the series, number 1.
Kids like that movie?
Love that movie. And there's this is the series, so it's based on the Disney series, which is on Disney Plus right now. So I'm getting ready to go through that with them.
Oh, fantastic!
Yep.
But nothing else for me.
Glow versus the Babyface, number 1. But this I wasn't a big fan of. I didn't do Glow on Netflix, so I didn't do the first one, and I'm not necessarily interested in this one.
I'm gonna watch the
Down
first
to
series.
DC.
Is this 83? It's chapter 9 of City of Pain. Oh, you're killing me, Tom.
Oh, Sean Murphy writing Black Man, White Knight presents Victor Von Fries, number 1.
That's cool.
So it looks like we've got Nazis, Freeze, and all kinds of stuff.
That's kind of cool. Spin-off from the White Knight universe.
Yep, exactly.
I like that. Is this going to be a Black Label spin-off? Or is this...
No.
It's $5.99. It's Black Label prices.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say yes then.
So, okay, so we've been living with Black Label for about a year now, right?
Uh-huh.
What is Black Label to you?
More adult, more expensive, and prestige format. That's it.
Yeah. Shorter.
Yeah.
You get in, you get out. 3 issues.
That's
plus.
true, yeah. Non-on.
Well, no. White Knight's 9 issues. I just contradicted myself already.
Yeah. I was going to say I'm digging deeper and I'm not seeing anything about Black Label on. Yeah.
Okay.
But I trust Sean Murphy, so I'm gonna want to read this.
Yes, definitely.
And like Heart of Ice is one of my favorite cartoons. So
What is that?
that's an episode of the animated, the second or third animated Batman series. Really, really deeply touching, heartstring pulling.
About his wife?
Yeah, that whole stuff, absolutely. Dollar Comics Luthor number 1, reprinting Lex Luthor Man of Steel number 1 for $1.
Read that first Metal Men. It was okay. It's the second issue.
Yeah. Infected Scarab number 1. That, of course, is Blue Beetle and his version of the Batman Who Laughs, kind of darkness within stuff. That's his turn to be infected and go after people.
Good old Jimmy Olsen. Number 5's out. It's been a fun series. That's about it from DC.
Yep. Oh, I like that Teen Titans 36 variant Year of the Villain. You've got Lobo and Crush on the cover together. I like that. That's a very cool cover. All right, down to Marvel. 2099 Alpha, Absolute Carnage, Spider-Man 2099, number 34. Deadpool number 1 by Kelly Thompson.
Going back to the well a little bit with Spider-Verse number 2 of 6. We've got the final issue of Star Wars.
Until it gets rebooted again.
They're going to take a break until after the movie?
Yeah. Final issue, it's a trap. Greg Pak. That's cool. The action figure is Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker.
That's cool.
Yeah. Who is rumored to be in the new movie as a Force Ghost. Anything else in Marvel?
Nope.
Let's look at some of our smaller stuff.
It's Heartbeat #1. This is a boom book by Maria Lovett. She does doing the art as well. I really like the cover. Kind of a cool group shot. Eva, a high school outcast who finds herself witness to a horrible secret. The most popular boy in school enjoys the taste of blood and will kill to get his hands on it. Looks pretty good. Boom's been having some cool, trippy stuff out lately, so I'm looking forward to checking this out. Speaking of which, we get the 4th issue of Once and Future and the 3rd issue of Something is Killing Children, 2 breakout series that I'm really enjoying from them.
Badass #1 from Antarctic Press, but it looks a little dumb for me, so I'm skipping that one.
A little too dumb, is that what you said?
Yeah.
We've got Dark Tales from the Volksverse. This is American Mythology Productions. It's a Halloween. It says just in time for Halloween. No, it's not. And 3 years in the making, we return to the Volksverse with creepy tales illustrated by Bronze Age comics legend Neil Volks.
Drew, what do you think of when you hear Red 5 Comics?
I don't know.
Lately, I've been looking at stuff, finding interesting, but it's all getting a little cheesecake, I think. But we have Machine Girl, #1, cover A, written by Mats, with art by Sergio Monias. In a galaxy far, far away, there is a planet full of exotic interplanetary people, all of them living together in a dangerous multicultural world. And right there in the middle is Megan, a young human girl fighting her way up on the deadly arena in the intergalactic mixed battling arts as she searches for her origins and other beings like her while she is obsessed with the mysterious, long-forgotten planet Earth. Looks kind of cool. Gives me Tifa vibes from Final Fantasy VII.
It looks like they're turning into a poor man's Zenoscope.
That's what I was sure. So I wanted to get what your first thoughts were on it. Cause
yeah, looking at the cover, yeah, it's definitely cheesecake. Yeah,
and I wasn't sure because I remember another Red 5 that was like, oh, cool, and then I was like,
yeah,
oh,
they've had
hey.
some good stuff.
Yeah,
it's like Avatar. Avatar has some good stuff, and then they have some boundless stuff.
There you go. That's a go. Money Shot #2, Tim Seeley. That's my cheesecake stuff that I enjoy, so I will continue on that one.
Shapes #1 from Cave Pictures Publishing by Jason Brubaker. It's Trip's 13th birthday. It's a bust. Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory in his favorite video game, targeted by the school bully, reprimanded by the principal, and unable to celebrate with friends or family. Looks kind of interesting. Might check it out.
A little all agey, but could be fun.
A little all agey.
That's not always a bad thing, but
yeah.
Drew, just for you, we have the Keen Spot Superior AOC #1.
They are equal opportunity. They usually put the Trump Raiders out, so they're playing both sides of the fence.
That's right. Whoever got the money, whoever get the cover. But that's all from me, Drew. Anything else that you want to talk about?
No. 3rd issue of You Are Obsolete. I'm looking forward to that one, but it's the 3rd issue, so nothing fantastic.
All right, Drew, this is the point of the podcast where I ask you for your pick of the week. What's the one pick to make sure you're at your local comic book shop this coming Wednesday? Because you got to get your hot hands on the most uncreased, perfect cornered version of, because that book is going to move up. What is it, Drew?
I'm going to give it to Olympia They're they're putting their money where their mouth is. They're doing a double-sized issue. It's keeping the price at $3.99. That's the one getting it for me.
There you go. I had 3 books written down. One of them was Olympia. The other was that Heartbeat. Where was that? It was back down here.
What was the third one?
And the third one was that Machine Girl.
Go with Heartbeat.
That's exactly what I was going to do because I put them down in an order. So it is. Where was it at? It's not in. It's there it is. It's Boom Studios. Boom Studios Heartbeat #1. I like the cover A and B on that one. Could be fun. I haven't had a good vampire book in a while, so that sounds like a lot of fun. And while you're in Boom, make sure you're picking up the Once and Future extra printings and continuing on that one because those are no-brainers at all.
It's Heart Attack, right?
What is it?
Is it Heart Attack or Heartbeat?
It's Heartbeat.
I don't see it.
It's in Boom Studios. It's in the H's, which is
there
right
it is.
after the G's, but before the L's.
Oh yeah. It is Heartbeat. I think I spelled it wrong.
It's all good. It's all good. And like I said, Once in the Future down there as well. Also can't miss just. This is where I want to thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. Thank you for tagging along with Drew and myself as we run through the books originally coming out November the 20th, 2019. If you'd like to be part of the podcast, continue to send us in your comic book thankful list. Is that what are we calling it?
Count your blessings. Count your comic blessings.
Count your comic blessings. I should have written that down. I did not. I apologize. Continue to write those in. If we missed a book or two on this week, let us know because I want to run out and get it. If you tell me it's a guaranteed moneymaker, I want to be there for that. If you think I'm stupid for thinking Olympia is good or Heartbeat is good or giving good old Red 5's Machine Girl #1 a second look, let us know because I can always change my ways. Be part of the podcast. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter's, Gmail account. All these things can be found at comicsfunprofit.com. So for Drew and for myself, see ya.